So if you've watched the video, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, I'll put a link down below. I had some 555 timers that I bought that had bad capacitors in them. And it was suspected that the capacitance changed with voltage. And that's a known phenomena for a lot of capacitors. A good capacitor will not be, its capacitance will not be changed depending on what kind of voltage it has on it. And I can demonstrate that here. Let me put in a nice capacitor. This is a metal film film for ceramic. What are they called? Dip ceramic, metal film, whatever. Anyway, you see that we've got 101 nanofarads. And I am going to apply a, let's see here. I'm going to apply a DC offset of 10 volts. So right now there's kind of 0 volts across the capacitor. There's some AC, there's like a 1 volt AC signal across the capacitor. But I'm going to add a 10 volt DC bias. And when I push this button, this light comes on. And you can see it's still 1.01. Did we see any change at all? No, maybe in the very, very last digit or something, but these are very, very stable, okay? Here's my favorite capacitor. I have a reel of 5,000 of them, so I use them everywhere. They're a 0.01, otherwise known as 10 nanofarads. So we have, first of all, you can see that it's changing. Why is the capacitance changing as we're just standing here? Well, there's something called dielectric saturation. And the chemistry, yes, there's chemistry inside. This is a ceramic capacitor, but yes, there's chemistry even in ceramic capacitors. And there are oxide levels and all kinds of fancy chemistry going on even in simple capacitors. And you can see that it is taking some time to finally saturate that, that dielectric. And all right, so we're pretty stable now. Okay, now I'm going to apply, oh, that was with a 10 volt, I'm sorry. I'm going to turn off the 10 volt and we'll watch it change. So there we can see it change. So it went from 948 to 953, okay? And so what is that? That's about no more than a 2% difference, right? No more than a 2% difference between the two. All right, so we'll take that one out. We'll put in another ceramic one. This one is a little bit higher. This one is a 100 nanofarad capacitor, otherwise known as 0.1 microfarads. So right now we have no bias, 96. Turn on the bias, we get to 97. Okay, 96 to 97, that is a 1% change, right? So we have a 1% change, maybe even less than 1% change in this particular capacitor. So these are both ceramic capacitors that I've shown. These are the ceramic capacitors that I was given in a 555 timer circuit that I bought from China. And let's see what it's measuring. Well, first of all, it's very, very low. I think this is also supposed to be 100 microfarads. I mean, 0.1 microfarads, 100 nanofarads, but it's measuring very, very low. That's all right. We can watch it starting to saturate its dielectric as well. 0.4, just going up and going up and going up, okay? So it's not a very stable dielectric, whatever chemistry they have. It is not stable at all. And we keep, maybe it's still not stable. But anyway, or around 97, we'll call it 39.9. We'll get up to 40 here, 40, and then I'll apply a bias. Boom, dropped in half. A 10 volt bias, we have dropped in half. So yeah, this one is very, very unstable with DC bias. We can change that. We can go to a DC bias. We'll do a 5 volt bias. 5 volt bias, we're starting at 33 and we go to 27. All right, let's do a 20 volt, we'll do a 20 volt DC bias this time. We're starting at 33.4 and it drops to 12. So yeah, these guys are just awful. Let's put a good cap back in. Let's see, no DC bias. So he's measuring 96.3, and we put a 20 volt on it, 96.4. So very stable with DC bias. Yeah, so these weird capacitors that I got from China, they are just bad. I don't know what they're made out of. I joked somewhere that I think they're made out of bamboo, but 25 and 12. Yeah, so let's see if I can't, let me short this out, and we will start out with it shorted out entirely. And yeah, you remember it, I think it was around 30 something, right? And it's just got really, really bad when we put a voltage on it. Now it's going to take a long time for it to charge back up to 30 again. So yeah, whatever these are made out of, they're very leaky, or very, they're very, very something. They're very bad. That's what they are. They're very bad. 28 to 12 in just a 20 volt swing. So yeah, and in the circuit, in the little 555s, it's in a circuit where it's constant capacitance is needed with voltage, because you're ramping up and ramping down, ramping up and ramping down. And then if there's a DC offset on top of that, yeah, not good. Anyway, I thought I'd take a look at. I saved them. I saved those bad capacitors because they were such an anomaly that I had never ever seen before. So that's a great way to test them with one of these. You know, this is an expensive machine. I think you can, you know, I think this one with the options and stuff is about a $25,000 machine. I think you can get clones of this machine for around 10K, something like that, maybe even down to 5K. I don't know exactly how good the 5K ones were, but yeah, these are the holy grail. 27, 12, 11. Yikes. Anyway, there you go. Update on the bad capacitors.